Dear friends and comrades, warm greetings and firm solidarity on behalf of the Friends of Socialist China Britain Committee on the occasion of your rally marking the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. We held our own celebration in London yesterday in a historic venue, Bolivar Hall, a beautiful meeting and concert hall that's owned by the Venezuelan embassy. The hall was packed, almost each of the 140 seats was occupied, and we had wonderful contributions from the Venezuelan ambassador to the UK, Felix Plasencia, the Cuban ambassador to the UK, Ismael Vargas Walter, Minister Zhao Fei from the Chinese embassy, Ponassi Bolong, first secretary of the embassy of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Chinese public intellectual Zhang Weiwei, China Daily journalist Chen Weihua, well-known British politician George Galloway, and a whole host of speakers from the progressive movement in Britain, activists, authors, trade unionists, and journalists. We had sessions on China, multipolarity and the rise of the global south, China's road to socialism, and standing up against the new Cold War. And of course, we denounced the despicable state terrorism of Israel, fully backed by the US, fully backed by Britain, in assassinating Syed Hassan Nasrallah and waging genocidal warfare against the Palestinian and Lebanese people. We also launched a new book, People's China at 75, The Flag Stays Red, which is edited by Keith Bennett and myself. And there was a copy of the Morning Star, the only socialist daily newspaper in the English-speaking world, with a special 12-page supplement put together by Friends of Socialist China, which is very nice. I think everyone that came to Bolivar Hall went away enthused to take this solidarity work more seriously. And I think it's fair to say that there was a consensus that we should do this type of activity, these conferences and whatnot, more often. Without wanting to exaggerate or boast, I think we achieved something somewhat historic. It's been many years, probably more like many decades, since there was an event of this scale in Britain, in solidarity with China and in support of Chinese socialism. Certainly, we're already thinking about future events. So why do we hold the event? First, we want to spread the truth about China. We want to counter the propaganda war against China. We're trying to do everything we can to prevent people's consent from being manufactured for an escalating new Cold War. Cold War, this label Cold War sounds quite innocuous, quite harmless. Like, it'd be better not to have it, but really it's no big deal, right? But, I think the name is a little bit misleading. The original Cold War, which was essentially a global hybrid war fought by the US and its allies to prevent the spread of socialism and to replace the colonial system with an imperialist system, wasn't actually terribly cold. Like, millions of people died in Korea, in Vietnam, in Laos, in Cambodia, in Indonesia, Brazil, Nicaragua, Chile, Angola and elsewhere, all in the name of maintaining and expanding US hegemony. This new Cold War isn't so different. Like, it's got the same purposes and could well include many of the same brutal methods. It's already got a major military component in the form of US attempts to create an Asian NATO via AUKUS, via the Quad, via Japanese rearmament, via support for separatism in Taiwan, via a string of military bases, via troop and weapons deployments in Japan, South Korea, Guam, Okinawa, Australia. There's clearly a significant element within the ruling class in the West, and specifically the US, that sees outright war with China as their last chance to slow down or ideally reverse China's rise and to really pursue the project for a new American century. So we consider it hugely important to tackle the anti-China propaganda war, which is really war propaganda. Secondly, as socialists, we aim to explain China's socialism and to clear up some of the misunderstandings about China that can be so easily found in the Western left. Apart from anything else, like, look at what China's achieved in terms of poverty alleviation, in terms of breaking out of underdevelopment and becoming a science and technology powerhouse, in terms of leading the way in humanity's common struggle against climate catastrophe. It's unprecedented what China has done. Does anyone imagine for a second that that would be possible if China would like just another capitalist country? And if so, why haven't other capitalist countries done it? Why can I, living in London, one of the wealthiest cities in the world, walk 100 meters from my apartment and see a level of extreme poverty and homelessness that simply does not exist anymore in China, even though China is still a developing country? So that was our basic motivation for holding the event. I think we made some progress with those goals. No doubt you're also making progress with similar goals today. We send you our warmest greetings, we send you our love and solidarity, and we wish you continued success in your work for socialism and against imperialism, racism, and all forms of oppression. Thank you very much.